Now dear student, we are going to start new chapter, that is surface area and volume of 3D solid, under which we'll solve problem based on cube and cuboid. So first let's understand about the solid. Okay, what do you mean by solid? Figures that occupy space and have three dimensions are termed as solid figures. The space occupied by a solid is called its volume. The three dimensions are length, breadth and height. Okay, now we can see for cuboid. So what is cuboid? So you can see this shape, matchbox. So in this matchbox, three dimensions are there. What are they? Number one, you can see this is known as length, this is known as breadth, and this is known as thickness or height. So that means, suppose if you want to find the volume of this cuboid, right? Cuboid is also known as rectangular parallelepiped. Now suppose if you want to find the volume of the cuboid, you can multiply length, breadth and height. So in this case, volume of a cuboid is called length into breadth into height. Suppose if you want to find the total surface area of the cuboid, total surface area, see how many surfaces are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So 6 surfaces are there. So total surface area will be how much? It will be length into breadth. Here also length into breadth. So twice length into breadth, twice breadth into height, breadth into height. Okay, twice breadth into height and twice length, right? You can take this as length and height. So it will be twice length and height. So total surface area will be twice within bracket length into breadth plus breadth into height plus height into length. Suppose if you want to find the length of the diagonal of the cuboid, length of the diagonal of the cuboid will be the longest rod that can fit within the cuboid. So suppose from this point to this point you can fit one longest rod. So this longest rod is known as the diagonal. Okay, so in this case diagonal of a cuboid is equal to root over L square plus B square plus H square. Now suppose if you want to find the area of the walls, four walls of a rectangular box or room, four walls, that means 1, 2, 3, 4 walls. So it will be twice within bracket length into breadth, length plus breadth. This will be length plus breadth, length plus breadth whole into height. Suppose box is there, like say in this case you can see at least this much thickness is there now. So this is known as the internal length and this is known as the external length. Okay, internal length, this is the internal length and this one is the external length. If L, capital B, capital H be the external length, breadth and height of a rectangular box, and Y, this small y, okay, small y be its thickness, then for a closed box, so this kind of box is known as the closed box, its internal dimension, that means the internal dimensions, internal dimensions, okay, closed box means the upper part is also closed. Internal dimensions are L minus 2y within bracket, B minus 2y within bracket, H minus 2y. For an open box, so this is known as the open box, the internal dimensions are L minus 2y, B minus 2y, and in this case H minus y will be there. Now dear students, let's understand about the cube. A rectangular solid box whose each face is a square, is called a cube. So you can see here all these faces, right, are square. This is also square, 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 and here also it is square, and here also it is square. So that means this kind of shape is known as the, or this kind of solid is known as the cube. So that means in cube all the sides, right, all the sides are what? They are equal. So in this case, suppose if you want to find the volume of the cube will be length into breadth into height. Since it is A, and A, so directly you can write A cube. Total surface area, so that means what is this? This is A into A is equal to A square. So that means area of each face is A square. How many faces are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So total surface area of a cube is 6A square. Similarly, here also length of the diagonal as we have done in cuboid, length of the diagonal equal to root over length square plus breadth square plus height square. So here length, breadth and height, they are same. So directly you can write length of the diagonal as or equal to a root over 3. Now dear student, you can see question number 1, in which what are given, okay, and what we have to find. The area of surface of a cube is 552.96 centimeters square. Find the volume of the cube. So that means area of surface of a cube means total surface area of the cube is given. It is 552.96 centimeters square. Let's assume that each side of cube is equal to A. We know that the formula for the surface area of cube is how much? 6A square. So whose value is already given. It is 552.96 centimeters square. So if you are equating this 6A square with 552.96 centimeters square, you can bring this 6 down and then cancel this, you'll get 92.16. Again square is there, so just take out square root from both sides. So you know, you have already done in class 8 how to find the square root of the decimal number, right? So A equal to root over 92.16 will be 9.6 centimeter. That means length of each side of cube we have got 9.6 centimeter. Therefore volume of cube is equal to A cube. A cube means A we have got 9.6. So 9.6 whole cube means 9.6 into 9.6 into 9.6. You know how to multiply the decimal numbers. So if you multiply this, you'll get 884.736 centimeter cube. Centimeter cube is the unit for volume. Okay, now dear student, you can see question number 2. Find the length of the longest rod that can be placed in a room whose dimensions given 30 meter long, 24 meter broad and 18 meter high. So what are given here in solution part, we can see length equal to 30 meter, breadth equal to 24 meter, height is equal to 18 meter. Therefore length of the longest rod means diagonal. Diagonal of a cuboid is equal to root over L square plus B square plus H square. Length is given 30 meter, breadth is given 24 meter, height is given 18 meter. So if you find the square of 30, that will be 900, square of 24 is 576 and the square of 18 is 324. If you add them, you will get 1800. 1800 means 1800 means 2 into 900. So that means this is within root over sign. So square root of 900 is 30 and the root over 2 is there. The value of root over 2, as I've already told you, that it is 1.414. So if you multiply this 1.414 by 30, you will get 42.43 meter. That will be the longest rod that can fit within the cuboid of given dimensions.